Welcome to the beginning of a new crafty week. Today is Monday and I have physical therapy. It is really helping, guys. It 100% works. My leg is getting stronger and stronger. All right, here we go. Okay, y'all. I said I wanted to make one more puppy before the craft show on 11/2, which is just this Saturday. It's a Christmas boutique sponsored basically by the PTA and my son's school. So at first I used that big faux fur yarn. Let me show you. Hold on. So this is going to be a samoyed. I think that's how you say it. Samoyed. That's how it's spelled, and that's how I'm pronouncing it, like it's spelled. And so at some point you should be using this furry type of yarn. This is actually too thick, and the other one I have like this is too thin. Now I do have that Premier Bunny that would probably be the perfect thickness, but it's brown, and this is going to be like a white furry dog. So then I decided, let's just go with some homespun. Now I bought this homespun to make the beard on my gnomes. But I thought, let me give that a try. And actually, I thought it would have a little more texture than it does. But I'm still going to go with it. I could just rip this all out once again and grab some, what is it called? The snow cone yarn. I think I have it in the colorway root beer. I could do that. And then this would be a little bit more, I don't know. I'm feeling like I want to rip this out. And then part of me is like, I don't want to rip it out. I don't know which way to go. I'm leaning towards ripping it out right now. But let's see what happens in the AM. Okay, bye. Yeah, but this one is just too thick. It's too thick. The dog was going to be huge. And this dominates. Okay, bye. Okay, so I did rip out the blue clay. I was holding it. This is the Lion Brand Homespun. I was holding it double in the last clip, and you saw the texture, but I wasn't happy with it because this samoyed is supposed to be furry like this. And I remembered that, I had these. I bought these on AliExpress a long time ago. And I pulled out this color, which I think is more creamy than white, which kind of goes along with the picture that they put that's on the pattern. But anyway, so yeah, that's the texture we were looking for. It's just exactly what it's supposed to be. So I got the bobbled feet on there. I've got eyes and nose. I use safety eyes, safety nose, and we're coming along. All right, that's it. That's all for this clip. Bye. Hey y'all, what a week. I've been extremely tired. And I thought maybe my blood sugar was acting up, that I was acting up again. It's never the blood sugar's fault. It's my fault. But it wasn't. I checked it and I was like, why am I so sleepy? I'm at work. I'm falling out, barely able to keep my eyes open. And then I remembered I've had a couple of symptoms. I have been on Trulicity for a few years. However, this last prescription that I got filled was, see y'all, see what we gotta do. Oh my God. Hold on. Guys, this dog, she's something else. Anyway, I haven't gotten a lot done, but I did decide at the beginning at some point this week, I was like, you have so much stuff. don't keep trying to make things, and just start getting ready for this. Do all the other things that you need to do. So one of the things that I had wanted to do was do some mystery bags, and I wanted to have them all cute and, really professional looking. I was looking at ordering bags, something like this on Amazon, except for this one has a clear window. They have them where there is no clear window, but you can seal them. This is just some shoelaces I bought for Steve. But, I wanted they would be completely sealed. And then what I would do is just put a plushie. I actually should use this one. Although, I actually could use this one to see if this would actually work. Because when you look, it opens up like that. And I will check later to see how many plushies that I could actually fit. Because basically, in the mystery bag, what I want to do is I want to have 2 small plushies, and I'm basically using things that I've had for a while, that I really haven't sold, and most of these things are made because I'm trying to finish up the ball of yarn. So it's a lot of smaller octos and a couple of other little smaller items that I decided to just go ahead and put in these mystery bags. So really, I honestly think this would be a good size bag. I'll have to measure it because I had some of these in my cart, but I never ordered them, and I was like, okay, I'll do the mystery bags for the show on the 16th. Well, then I went ahead and I started getting ready. I am going through my inventory, writing things down. So far, going through, I think, 3 bags of inventory right now. I have 106 items. I still have at least 1 more bag to go through. It may be 2 more bags to go through because I feel like I'm missing one. But for sure, 1 more bag to go through. But right now I have 106 items. Well, that does include 22 or 23 keychains. So it's not 106 humongous items. It's still a lot of items. And just 1 bag alone, when I was adding up how much inventory this is money wise, a pretty good amount of money. So that was pretty good. And so I got 1 more bag to go through. But I took a break from doing inventory so I could work on these mystery bags. And so I was running, and I bought this, so I'm, totally enabled once again by the Cozy Buckeye. She had shown her Moonbin thermal printer, which I do plan to get down the line. But I wanted to get a printer. I just didn't have it in my budget right now to do the Moonbin printer, even though I really, really, really want it. But they had a little thermal printer by a company called Nelco on Amazon, and it was like, I think it was like $29 something, and then it still had another coupon on it. So I got it for like less than $20, plus I ordered some labels. And I thought what I could do, I know that the Cozy Buckeye, she will be linked down below. Her name is Amy. Did I get that right? I hope I got that right. If not, I will correct it across the screen, and I'm really, really sorry. But she uses it to print her shipping labels. She does a lot of Etsy stuff. She uses it to print she makes adoption certificates for her cats. I actually printed up adoption certificates, which I need to go and put in my bag so that I can remember to offer those to people who purchase any of my amigurumi. I'm going to just give it to people who get the bigger items, like the cat, the dog, the dogs, any of that. I'm going to give them that. Even if they get an axolotl, they're going to get an adoption certificate. Anyway. So I bought this thermal printer, bought the labels, said I would, let's see what I can do with that. And really in my mind is what I was going to do is print these labels for the mystery bag. So I'm running around, I'm like, I'm not going to do it. But then I told myself, give it a try, because I do have these things. When I was going through the inventory, I'm like, I just need to put these in mystery bags. And so I said, okay, if I have lunch bags, and you can see I did. I was like, if I find the lunch bags, then it's a sign that I should do the mystery bags. Because honestly, guys, everybody who I'm in some Facebook groups for Crochet for Vendors Facebook group, and a lot of people say that their mystery bags do really, really well. They actually sell out of them. So I said, I got to give it a shot. Because these are items that really, this is like gravy, really, because most of this was made with the end of a hank or end of a ball. And so, yeah, and they were quick. So, you know, this dog, man. Anyway, here's what I did. I used the printer, and I thought what I would do is make it up on Canva and then print it on the printer. Now you can see I don't have it right. It's misaligned, but it's still on there. It's a clear label. So there you go. Mystery bags made with love, $12. So I have been able to put together 7 mystery bags so far. You see 5 of them back here, and then I have the 2. I have one more bag of inventory. I think I'm gonna hope to get to 10 mystery bags. And yeah, if I sell them out, I mean, that's $120 right there. If I sell them out right now, I'm at $84 with the mystery bags. And they have a variety of things in them. And I don't know now what was in what, you know. So I thought it was a good idea. And everybody seems to say that they do really well. So I'll let you know how mine go. All right, let me get back to work on this market prepping. Okay. Good morning, guys. It is November 2nd, and it is market day. This is a Christmas boutique. It's a very few vendors. It's at somebody's house, so y'all know. I did a lot of work to get ready for it, but I did not mind because I have the bigger show coming up in 2 weeks. So essentially, I'm ready for that one as well. All right, let me head on over. I'll see ya. I'll try the video as much as I can, but okay, bye. Hey guys, I thought I would do one of these cool montages, but this is all I got of my setup. I was trying to be cool like some of the other people, but anyway, that's that. All set up.
Yeah, she's very. I don't like to go cheating. Or cheating. No, they're playing good.
All right, guys, the car is packed. It was a good day for what it was. Once again, it's one of these things in somebody's home, but this one was so much better. And so much, it was very well attended, even though it was not on a busy street, which I think is a testament to the people who organized. But anyway, I'm headed home. I'll give y'all a recap later. Bye. Hey guys, I am here to wrap up this week's vlog with a craft fair recap. And let me see, where should I begin? You've already seen me going. You've seen me coming back. You saw the tiniest bit of footage. So this turned out to be another one of those in somebody's yard kind of thing. And it was a Christmas boutique or a holiday boutique that was, because, you know, we saw there's a lot of holidays going on right through here all the way to the end of the year. And so not just a Christmas boutique, but a holiday boutique. And I remember going to a holiday boutique back, you know, when I was in college. And I think that's what I was picturing. I was picturing somebody's house completely decorated for the holidays with people selling things or things for sale throughout the house. That's not what this was. And so when I first got there, I was like, oh my gosh. And then checking my emails, trying to get the phone number of the person who was kind of in charge, I realized at least it seemed like, oh my gosh, these are the same people that did the last thing that I did, which was the other thing that was associated with the Alumni Association of Jordan's High School. And there was so many issues with that one. So it didn't really lead, even though I really didn't have a horrible day. I made some money, but after that one, I was like, I'm not ever doing one of these yard things again. I'm definitely not doing their event again. There was a lot of different reasons why that is just not a good event for me. But so when I realized that when I searched my email for the person who was in charge trying to find her emails, some of those emails came up as well. So that meant she was on that thread, and I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. This is the same people. But it was different. It was well done, and it was a good day. So it was in somebody's yard, in somebody's house, but she was so organized. It was so well done. Like, she had canopies for everybody. She had tables. She had chairs. She had everything you would need. Literally, if you just pay for her table and chairs, you just show up with your stuff and you're all good. And I ended up in a good spot, and I had a table. I had said I needed one chair, but I didn't need a table. But somehow my spot had a table. And I was like, okay, well, I have my own table. And she was like, well, maybe what you could do, since you're in the corner, you can have kind of a corner, like an L-shaped display. And so that's what I did. I had both of my tables, because when the description of everything said you were going to have a 10 by 10 space. So I was like, oh my God, I have to have, I got to fill up a 10 by 10 space by myself, which I have enough product, but I needed the props. I needed the table. So I had 2 tables, one 6 foot, one 5 foot. I also had a grid wall. But the 10 by 10 space was under I think she said that because it was under 10 by 10 canopy. But I really did not have that much space, because the walkway took up about 3 feet, maybe 4 feet of my 10 by 10 space. And so there's no way that I could take up that whole space. So I did do what she said, though, because it was a great idea. I had a 5 foot table. So I did the L with my 5 foot table and her 6 foot table. And then I just put away my grid wall, because I'm like, there's no room for all of this. And so I didn't even use my grid wall. And so anyway, I got all set up. You've seen the footage. I don't think I did the greatest with my setup, and I need to figure out my dollies. I need to have them on doll stands, and I have doll stands. I just need to find them so that things can just stand up. I saw another way that another podcaster, Market Prepper, does hers, and I had these things in my basket, and I didn't end up ordering them, but I think I'm going to order them for the next event. Hold on one second. So anyway, did the best I could with what I had. Called several audibles to change things around. Realized I was not going to be able to put out everything. I brought everything with me, guys, and I realized that was just way too much stuff. So I put 2 bags back in the car, had one under the table, and then I displayed everything else. I kept the empty bag so I could pack up at the end. And so, yeah. So it was, I got it all set up. So, and it was fine. It was totally fine. I just used her table, even though I didn't pay for it, because I didn't really ask for it. So that was fine as well. I did not reserve a table. And she looked and she was like, I thought you needed a table. And then I said, no, I brought my own table. I just asked for a chair. And then she was like, oh, well, let me make sure. She said, you could just use this one. But let me make sure I don't need that table for somebody else. And then she came back and said, just use that table. Okay, great. And I was a little worried that they were still going to charge me for that table, but they didn't. And so Anyway, this was a fundraiser for the PTSA, which is basically the PTA, but they don't belong to the national PTA organization, so they call it something else. I think that's how that goes. Anyway, but it's the same thing. And so you donated a percentage of what you made back to the PTA. And that was fine. That was fine. It's my son's school. Whatever they do could benefit him. And so I'm fine with that. It felt like I was kind of doing my part because I just have never been able to be a super active person on the PTA. I don't know how working women do get super active with the PTA, because a lot of the meetings are during the day when a lot of us are at work. And so I'm grateful for all the stay-at-home moms, the work-at-home moms who can be a part of it. I just cannot. I punch a clock. And so I appreciate it, but I felt like at least I'm doing this. At least I can donate this money, whatever I make, a percentage of it. Fine. So as I'm setting up, guys, remember that last event? Oh, I think I explained. I don't know if I explained. But before I signed up for this event, I very clearly, very directly asked if there was going to be another crocheter. And I was told that, because I was like, I would rather just, let them have that opportunity to thrive rather than us compete with one another. So I wouldn't sign up. And I was told, oh, we don't have anyone else with plushies. And so when the list came out, I read it more than once. I even read the updated one, and I did not see that anybody other crocheters were going to be there. Well, guess what? That same lady from the last event was at this one as well. So I was like, I asked. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be generous in my spirit. I'm not going to worry about it. What's for me is for me. Doesn't matter who's here. We're going to have a good time. We're going to make the best of this. It was, that's what I decided. In the end, I decided we are going to make the best of this. It's going to be fine. And however this goes, it goes. If I make some money for the PTA and a little bit for myself, fine. So the day started. The lady that sat next to me, her name was Tracy. She had a business where she does a lot of baking, and her stuff was so good. And I bought some cookies from her, but she almost sold out. And people were coming because they were like, oh, I remember these from last year. Literally coming back just to make sure that they got some of her stuff again. So she was fantastic. The crowd started rolling in somewhere after 10. We started at 9. We set up from 7:30 to 9. We were supposed to be going from 9 till 4. And so it was slow initially. This was in someone's yard. It was not on a main street where, you have natural traffic. The other event really was on a great, very busy street. However, there was no parking. Remember, I think I told you guys about that. That was one of the problems with that one. It was super inaccessible. I mean, inaccessible, however you say it. And so that was disappointing. Even for me as a vendor, there was nowhere to park. Well, at least for this one, I could park right on the block. I had my wagon. Steve came out in the morning to help me get all my stuff out, and he did what he had to do. Then he went on back home to take care of Bella and all of that. And so, they got started, was slow, and then people started coming. What was really cool about this is that the lady who really organized this and spearheaded this, she was fantastic. She was, most of these people I could tell were associated with her. And I've been at an event like that in the past where it was mostly people associated with the person who organized it, but it wasn't that many people and they didn't come to shop. These people came to shop. she had a very good, she's very involved, you can tell, in her community, because folks were coming from left and right. A lot of people were a part of the PTA. A lot of it was parents from our high school, her neighbors, her family. And yeah, I don't think we had the random folks. I just think most of these people were associated with her in one way, shape, or form. And she has a very strong community. So it worked. It really worked because it was a lot of people. Like, for it to be a yard thing, right? It wasn't at an event center. Okay. It wasn't at an event center. It was in somebody's yard. And it wasn't on the main thoroughfare. So you really had to drive up in and through and back in the cut to get to her place. But it absolutely worked. She even provided lunch for us. She ordered these salads and, give you a little sustenance to get through the day. It was very, very well done. And this one, even I would do this one again. Just to raise money for the PTA and make a little bit for myself. It was fantastic. Now, that same crocheter being there, the difference this time is that I was in the front. She was back in the back. So, but depending on how you went, so basically you can come through the driveway, go in the backyard, see everything, and then come through the house. There was a couple of more vendors in the house, and come out the front door and then see the vendors on the front lawn. Or you could go the other way. You could go through the vendors on the front lawn, go through the house, come in the backyard, and then come out to me. If they did it that way, they would see her first and then me last. But most people came in through the driveway and walked around and that kind of thing. And really, all of these people really did come to support this event, to support the PTA. And they really did come for that. And so a lot of them bought things from everybody or from a lot of people. So it was really, really a great event. I ended up, let me see what I want to say. What else do I want to say about the event in and of itself? In the end, I just decided I'm not worrying about any other crocheters. It's going to be fine. I can't, you can't control it. And I just decided that, like I said, what's for me is for me. This is going to be fine for both of us, I hope. But I knew it would be fine for me. I just decided that's how I'm going to think about this. And it really, really was. I ended up selling, I think, 23 items. That's a lot for a yard thing, y'all. That's a lot. I just realized I had to get my perspective together because I think I was comparing everything to that very first event that I did a couple of years ago when I first started trying to do craft shows. It went really, really well. And so I compared everything to that. But I realized that if these smaller little events, you have to sort of rein in your expectations and really, be realistic about what it's going to be like, and so I had a great day. 23 items is fantastic. Let me tell you guys some of the stats. I made almost $350, which I donated a portion of that, so I didn't bring home $350. And I don't do any of the other math, guys, about minus this, minus that. Here's my profit. I'm just gonna tell you, that's how much I made. Almost $350, which pretty good for a yard thing, right? Pretty good. Wonderful people came through. I met some of the other parents. I realized that's also a benefit of this, of me kind of getting a little bit more connected, because that's also the other thing, being a working mom. It's just really hard to be up there, and I really have to figure out a way, because I really need to be up at that school a little bit more. And I need to, just take some of my PTO and use it and be on campus a little bit more and be more present and be more connected. Because every time I go to these things and I hear these parents talking, I'm like, good God, I don't know half these things that they're talking about, and I should. And so at least I think I should. Anyway, so the people who actually hosted this event, they the dad, the lady's husband, is an alumni of the high school. So these are some very involved, very supportive parents. And, you know, it's one of those things that I'm like, I wish I was more like that. But I feel already like my plate is full and I don't even know how I could do all of that. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm grateful for them. And I'm glad I got to know them because I got to tell them who my son was. And you know, one of the ladies I met, her son is a friend of my son, and so that was really, really nice. And so overall, it was just a fantastic event. So here we go. I had to keep a list of everything because at the end of the day, I had to total up and then get my percentage. Hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. Anyway, here we go. Let's get through this, and we're going to wrap this video with this. I know I did not crochet a lot because I just had to, in the end, I just had to devote my time to getting ready. So, before I tell you I'd say the thing that was so cool, if there's two things that were super, super popular, mystery bags. Guys, don't sleep on the mystery bags. Do the mystery bags. People love a mystery bag. I took 7 mystery bags. I sold 5 of the 7. The other thing that people really liked was the emotional support gherkins. I didn't end up making another one, but if I had another one, I would have sold it because those things were some of the early things to sell. And somebody came and said, I saw somebody with the pickles. Do you have any more? And I didn't have any more, guys. So I am definitely going to be making some over these next couple of weeks to make sure I take them to the bigger event. They were very, very popular. What else was popular? Let's see. So guys, what I will say is that I have slashed my prices quite a bit. Not because I don't think they were worth it. It's because I really want to sell them. I have a lot of inventory and a lot of it is from like 2 years ago. And so I really need that stuff to sell. You know, I want to be done. I want to I have a plan. I'm going to try to sell as much of it as I can at this next event. If I sell the amount that I'm praying to sell, then everything else will be gifted, donated, something. And then I will start 2025 fresh. And whatever I make through 2025 will be what will show up in of craft fair season the following at the end of next year. So before we even got started, 2 of my gnomes, guys, you know the Santa gnomes that I make, that I love making with charisma. I had 3 with me. I only put 1 out at a time. I put out the one that was more Christmassy, and right away it was purchased actually by the lady who organized it because her daughter-in-law, or not her daughter-in-law, her son's girlfriend, who I guess she said her soon-to-be her son's soon-to-be fiance or something like that. She loves gnomes, and she secretly bought it really quickly and spirited it away so she could surprise her with it. And then another lady saw that gnome and came back and said, by the time she came back, I put out, she asked me, did I have any more? The first lady asked me, did I have any more gnomes? The first one that was out was more Christmassy. I had my winter gnome, the blue one with the gems all over the hat. She bought that one. And then the other lady, her friend, saw that one and was like, do you have any more gnomes? She saw my gnome. She's like, I'm getting this gnome. I'm getting it now. I don't want it. She's like, I'm going to go get my credit card before it goes. And she got that one. So I still have 1 gnome left. I put it out, but it didn't sell. But I'm glad it didn't because it wasn't embellished like I want it to be embellished. I want to put little hearts on it because it was a Valentine's Day gnome and I still didn't have the bell on it. So I still have that one, which I will embellish and have it ready for the next show. What else? Okay, so the 2 gnomes, those are my 2 highest priced items at $35 each, and they were the first 2 things to sell. So that was a surprise. Then I sold the emotional support gherkin, one of them. Then I sold the fuzzy chicken with the feet, not the Mabel chicken. Then I sold 2 of those. Then a mystery bag. Then 2 octos. One was turquoise and one was turquoise and one was the pink multi. And it was the turquoise one was in the Bernat Blanket Extra. And I think I used Rails pattern for that one, I believe. And the other one was, I don't even know, but these are octos that I made, I think, in 2022. The cutest set of twins, a boy and a girl. They each got one, and it was fantastic. And then another mystery bag, and then a floof cat, which was also bought by the organizer for her goddaughter who came. Then this guy who was a friend of the family, he bought the koala in the overalls. He bought that. And then the next set of emotional support gherkins went, and they were gone. Then I sold a frog keychain. I was letting my keychains go for $5 because, again, I got a lot of them and I want to get rid of them. And then, guys, I still had a sock monkey that I made in Dodger colors. And you guys know that the Dodgers just won the World Series. So I just said, I'm going to put this out here, in the Dodger colors and see what happens. That sold next. And then the hot pink squid by Plushy Co. That sold to the lady who was looking for those gherkins, and I didn't have any more. And then the loaf cat sold. Another frog keychain, another mystery bag. The strawberry turtle, the little brown mouse, and the pastel multi-octo all went to the same person, and it was the lady who was vending next to me. And so she bought those. And then she couldn't resist, and she came back and got a mystery bag. So I want to make sure I got all these mystery bags accounted for, because 5 of them. I had 7. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So it was really, really cool. One of the ladies who bought the mystery bag, she was like, can you please make a video, or can I make a video of you saying that you made this handmade in California to my niece who I'm going to send it to. And if you could just say that you heard that she is learning to crochet, and if you could say Merry Christmas, that would be great. So I did the video. And I held on to it, and I said, I said hi to her by her name, and I did everything the lady told me to do. And when she finished making the video, she was like, you're really good at this. Wow. And I didn't say anything about how I make a video podcast every week. So and I've been doing this long enough to know how to interact with the camera a little bit. I'm not a pro. As you can tell, I don't have a professional background or anything like that. I just turn the camera on and go. But I do know how to interact with the camera. Anyway, guys, that was fun. That was a highlight. It was a great day. And, yeah, it was wonderful. And I think that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, let me, so I think that I sold about 17 items at that first event, 23. So that is putting me at 40 items gone from my inventory, which I really love that. Because really, like I told y'all, I had over 100 items to take with me to this event. So I'm going to be making stuff over the next couple of weeks. Like I have things that I've already made, which you'll see in the next video for the weekly podcast. And yeah, I don't need to keep making. I need to sell. But I'll keep making because I love making. And so yeah, I have ideas. If my plan for my leftovers is we have a Christmas party coming up for our small group at church. I will likely use some of whatever I have left over as prizes. I might do a little scavenger hunt at work just to I don't know if I, I don't know if I will. But what I think I will do for sure, I work in a hospital, and clearly kids are in hospitals, right? So I am thinking of reaching out to somebody within the hospital to see if I can donate whatever I have left over, so that whoever's on the floor, when they have children on in hospitalized, they can give them a plushie. That's my plan for whatever is left over for the most part. So yeah, I just want to get rid of everything. I want to start, if I can, I would like to start 2025 at ground zero when it comes to what I have left over as far as plushies are concerned. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for being with me all this time. If you made it this far, drop a heart eyes emoji in the comment section below. Tell me again, update me on how things are going with your crafting. What are some of your, if you're doing craft shows, what are some of your surprising sales? What are some of the things that you're passionate about right now, like as far as patterns? Are there patterns that you have just fallen in love with and can't stop making? Or are there patterns that you're excited that you have just tried? Just give me a comment down below. I love interacting in the comments, and I really appreciate you guys spending some of your precious time with me. I want to say thank you for that. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, keep it crafty. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.